I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
They felt pretty comfortable after day 2. I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes.
Really?
And I resent.
Are you talking
like
about Hunter? Are you talking about Hunter?
I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about me.
I don't know Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Unbelievable. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by God. You know the thing.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Yes. I eat extra sharp.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
I eat extra sharp. I eat extra sharp.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce. No, seriously.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
The truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
Everybody comes in your grandma. Comes in your grandmother. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out. And I never sexually assaulted anyone.
You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.
What's poppin', everyone? Welcome to another episodic installation of Above It Motherfucking All. I am your host. That's it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, folks. Anyway, I'm very sneezy this morning. I apologize in advance if I sneeze or if I, display signs of possession of mucus, because I am possessing a lot of mucus. I'm actually being possessed by mucus, and that's pretty crazy. Top Damage Wizard. I am 40 years old in 24 hours. That's amazing. I want to play you a congratulatory birthday song.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
There you go. How's it going, folks? Host. Feel better, really. There you go. But anyway, and that's the show. So thanks for watching, folks. So let's get into some cringe. Y'all ready for this? Let's start the show with some cringe. Let's go. Black Lives Matter glorified Cuban dictator Fidel Castro. Quote, Fidel Vive. All right, let's watch. Let's read. Actually, let's watch. Let's see what the Associated
As GOP lawmakers demand President Biden do something to help the people of Cuba,
okay, who cares? Black Lives Matter recent praise. Oh shit! Let's check this out. There's so many articles on this. Blames U.S. All right, let's start with this one, and then we'll get into this one. Actually, let's do this one. Let's do Fox News talks about Black Lives Matter, talks about Cuba. Let's see how this goes. All right. Obviously, I know it's pronounced Vive. Like, hello, people. BLM previously glorified Cuban dictator Fidel Castro in an online post following his death in November 2016. We are feeling many things as we awaken to a world without Fidel Castro. There is an overwhelming sense of loss, complicated by fear and anxiety. Although no leader is without their flaws, I can't read from this distance. We must push back against the rhetoric to the right and come to the defense of El Comandante, the Post said. Yo, I didn't get all the fucking shit off my glasses. Castro's communist revolution included mass executions and imprisonment of political opponents. BLM's 2016 post outlined the lessons that we take from Fidel, blah, blah, blah. All right, I don't give a shit about this. But anyway, the reason why I want to talk about this is because Black Lives Matter. First of all, I don't understand why there's a group called Black Lives Matter. I just want to be very clear. I think it's a stupid thing to call a group, right? If you want to say, like, you know, movement for Black Lives, HQ, I don't know. But the idea that you name your group after a statement, to me, I think is bizarre. And it leads to a lot of this kind of stuff. But anyway,
Republican Texas Senator Ted Cruz joins us now.
Black Lives Matter blames U.S., praises Cuban regime, social media erupts. All right, let's check this out, folks. Black Lives Matter faced fierce criticism late Wednesday after posting a statement that blasted the U.S. and praised Cuba's government while the island was destabilized by historic protests and violent crackdowns. So again, I just want to, like, just in case people wonder where I stand, obviously the embargo is bad. Anyone in the U.S. who's criticizing Cuba is probably an idiot. Anyone in the U.S. who's protesting for Cuban independence is probably an idiot. Anyone that thinks that Cuba is a perfect country that has no problems is an idiot. Anyone that thinks that, you know, police aren't attacking protesters and that's a violation of human rights, you know, they're an idiot, right? You're allowed to have these opinions. Police in Cuba, out of control. They're pretty fucking bad. You know what else is bad? U.S. imperialism. You know what else is bad? Republicans. You know what else? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So again, obviously the correct take here is to side with Cuba when it comes to trade, when it comes to foreign policy. As a U.S. citizen, if you want to criticize Cuba, you can do so without supporting U.S. interventionism. It's that simple. Check this out. I'm doing it right now. So let's continue to read. Oh, Lord. Senator Marco Rubio. It's Rubio, folks. The extortionist ring known as the Black Lives Matter organization took a break today from shaking down corporations for millions and buying themselves mansions to share their support for the communist regime and hashtag Cuba. Hashtag Cuba, folks. Hashtag. I mean, I don't understand. Like, didn't Barack Obama say that he wanted to end the fucking embargo? Like, what is this bullshit? Like, wasn't Obama talking about ending the embargo in 2016? Like, why is this even controversial? BLM called for the U.S. to lift the sanctions that are cruel and inhumane policy instituted with the explicit intention of destabilizing the country and undermining Cubans' right to choose their own government is at the heart of Cuba's crisis, blah, blah, blah. I agree with that, by the way. You know, that I agree with. But anyway, let's read this one, because this one's good. Again, Fox News is publishing a shitload of these fucking articles, and that's why I wanted to talk about this, because Fox is going crazy with this shit. AOC, Ilhan Omar, silent after Black Lives Matter voices support for Cuban regime. Again, you're allowed to think police brutality is bad. You're allowed to think that suppression of protests is bad. And also, you're allowed to think U.S. interventionism is bad. As a U.S. citizen, if I talk about how Cuban oppression is bad and ignore everything else involved, I would be advocating in the best interest of U.S. imperialism. And that's why, again, you have to make it explicitly clear. The Cuban government is pretty good in comparison to the United States government. Let's be honest, folks. Really? You're gonna cry about Cuban police beating the shit out of protesters? Have you seen what's going on in the United States of America? Have you looked outside your window in the last year and a half? I don't think so. If you're going out there saying Cuban police are unstoppable forces of fascist evil or whatever, if that's your opinion, and for some reason you don't voice that same concern in America, I've got news for you. You're a dumb motherfucker. You're an useful idiot. You're a fucking loser, and you need to fucking open a textbook or go outside or talk to someone that's not like a fucking straight white cis man because you're a fucking idiot. All right. Democratic representatives AOC of New York, Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, and Cori Bush of Missouri. I love how Cori Bush is now in there. She didn't make the headline, but she made it in the first sentence. Ugh, I'm sorry if I'm sneezy, folks. Have yet to weigh in on Black Lives Matter declaring its support for Cuba's communist regime. I love the word regime, by the way. Oh my god. Also, I love the idea that fucking Republicans are pro-US now. Like, they hate Biden. They think U.S. is the okay. If you're a Republican watching this video, let me know. Okay. So, is the United States communist because Joe Biden is the leader? Or is Cuba communist and the U.S. is freedom and democracy and the U.S. needs to spread freedom and democracy to Cuba? Like, okay, I'm seriously trying to understand this. Why are people so upset about Cuba being communist when I thought the USA was communist? Didn't Joe Biden, like, steal the election? Obviously, I just want to say Joe Biden is the rightful winner, the legitimate winner of the 2020 election. I am just using this as a hypothetical. Donald Trump is the loser. But didn't Joe Biden steal the election and make the USA a communist fucking hellhole? Listen to this. I got a clip from Donald Trump slightly, like a week before the election. Check this out.
Bottom line, the American dream, the great American dream versus being a socialist hellhole.
So Donald Trump has been saying for months and months and months that if Biden won, it would become a socialist country. So, okay, aren't we communists now? How can the USA simultaneously promote freedom and democracy in Cuba and also be a communist country? Can someone let me know? Like, what's going on here? Like, what is wrong with you people? Anyway, I don't really care about reading these articles. It's just fluff. But I just wanted to say that I think it's hilarious that Fox News is now super pro-America again because of Cuban protests. Like, what? First of all, again, I want to be very clear. Cuban people have a right to protest their government. Police crackdowns on protesting is horrible, disgusting, and it is a human rights atrocity. Full stop. If you disagree with that, you're a fucking moron. Number two, as a U.S. citizen, I have to explicitly say, I don't want any U.S. intervention in Cuba. None. Zilch. Zero. Lift the embargo, allow for trade, and then just fuck off. Let them do whatever they want. Now, again, if Cuba were at some point, like, you know, like it was found out that Cuba is, like, building a nuclear space weapon and they're going to destroy the whole universe, okay, maybe. Maybe. Right? But that's not going to happen. And anyone who says that's going to happen is a fucking moron. Okay, I need you people to understand, all right? U.S. interventionism is bad. The U.S. has been trying to fuck with Cuba forever, and there is literally nothing you can say that will make U.S. interventionism a good idea. Like, again, even if they had a nuclear space weapon, which they don't, and they won't, like, U.S. interventionism isn't going to solve anything. So, again, I just really need everyone to understand that, because I've seen a lot of dumbass takes. There's a lot of stupid motherfuckers who quote on the left who think that criticizing Cuban policing is bad. Oh, the police in Cuba are great because they're cracking down on people that are demanding medical supplies. No, that's not great. That's horrible, right? But, like, saying that police brutality is wrong is not supporting U.S. interventionism. You're allowed to have nuance on these subjects. So I just wanted to say that. And I wanted to talk about how I think it's hilarious that Republicans are now they're pro-America. I thought America was a communist dictatorship. I guess not. I don't know what's going on anymore. But either way, this shit's pretty funny. Also, end the embargo, of course. Duh. Alright, so now that I've got that out of the way. How's everyone doing, folks? How's everyone doing, folks? What's up? I've had a decent chunk of caffeine today. So, Ally CIA, of course, Ally CIA would be typing in the chat about Cuban police violence. Huh? Anyway, I got it, like, there's like a really bad smudge on my glasses, and I've been trying to get this. So let me get this now. Of course! I want to say, I am under the assumption and belief that there is no such thing as a communist country. And there has never been throughout the history of the world. Communism is a state of society. And communism is incompatible with police. Like, you cannot have police and communism at the same time. So, I'm just like throwing that out there. Like, can they have communistic policies and strive to achieve communism? Absolutely. But Cuba's not a communist country. Just, you know, throwing that out there. I think we will achieve communism somewhere. In our lifetimes, at least in my lifetime. Maybe, Mila. Maybe, I'm sorry to say that, but maybe Mila's gonna miss this one, but at least in my lifetime, I think we're going to achieve communism at least somewhere on Earth. But until that happens, we have not done so quite yet. Communism is possible, but only when it's everywhere. I can agree with that. Though I also think it's possible to have communes that follow all the principles of communism and are in materially, tangibly communist locations. I think it's much more simple for, like, a family to live communistically, for example. That kind of stuff. I think that's all very valid and possible. Mila is old. Mila is very young. I don't know why you would say such a thing. All right, folks. All right, folks. I'm just trying to figure out what to cover. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one. All right, folks. Teen who allegedly crumpled up "Back the Blue" sign charged with a hate crime? I'm sorry, but I gotta bust this one out.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
A Utah teen has been charged with a hate crime for allegedly stomping on and crumpling up a "Back the Blue" sign. Garfield County Sheriff's Deputy Cree Carter said in a statement that when he was doing a routine traffic stop at a gas station, he saw a teen take the "Back the Blue" sign and stomp on it. "Back the Blue" is a slogan that shows solidarity with law enforcement in the country, often used to counter Black Lives Matter protests as well. The teen, identified as a 19-year-old, allegedly crumpled the sign in a destructive manner and started to smirk at Carter, quote, in an intimidating manner, according to the officer's statement, which of course is entirely accurate. There's no way the officer would lie about that at all. it's impossible, actually, for a cop to lie. It's actually, you know, the old, I guess, adage where it's like, if you ask someone if they're a cop, they have to, and if they are a cop, they have to say yes. That's because cops actually, you know, it's like, you know, in like Halo or like Warhammer or whatever, right? Like, to become a cop, you have to be injected with all these kinds of drugs, and one of those drugs is it makes it impossible for you to lie. As soon as you become an officer, as soon as you get that uniform on, it is impossible for you to make any sort of untruthful statement. And so, of course, we know that is very true. Of course, this person looked at the officer in, quote, an intimidating manner. Why would the police lie? They have no reason to, according to the officer's statement. Carter then arrested Gibson and charged her with criminal mischief with a hate crime enhancement, which strengthens penalties toward hate crime offenses, the Post reported. In an interview with the Daily Beast, Gibson said the charges against her came as a shock, stating that she only did it in response to Carter's aggressive approach toward her friend. Of course, the cop didn't say that. The cop didn't mention that they were aggressively approaching anyone. Therefore, it didn't happen. Duh. I just wanted to, I don't know, make her feel better or something, or stand up for her, Gibson told Daily Beast. Gibson's arrest comes after another Utah resident, Joseph Dawson, 32, is sentenced to 2 days in jail in December for pulling down a similar sign and spray painting the word bisexual in pink letters on it. Oh my god. According to the Daily Beast, in a statement, the American Civil Liberties Union of Utah said it is troubled and disappointed with Gibson's arrest, saying that this sends a chilling message to the community. I just want to say, this is fascism. Like, full stop. The idea that you could be charged with a hate crime for saying you don't like law enforcement, that is fascist. There's no gray area. There's no, like, you know, whoops, you know, there's no slippery slope. That's just straight up fascist behavior, right? A police officer thinking that they're a protected class because they put on a uniform. I'm sorry. If that's what a hate crime means, then everyone who has any job is a hate crime. If I get attacked, it's a hate crime against YouTubers. If someone that works at Wendy's gets attacked, it's a hate crime against Wendy's workers. If someone at the fucking tire shop gets attacked, it's a hate crime against tire workers. If someone in an ambulance gets attacked, it's a hate crime against ambulance workers. Like, what, like, this, all this does is basically diminish the value of the term hate crime, and it makes the cops look like morons, and it just proves that this country is backwards and garbage. Law enforcement. Again, law enforcement. What laws are they enforcing? How does law enforcement not know the law? It would be like, again, if I went to a steakhouse, right? If I like worked at a steakhouse and then got the job, and then they flop a steak on the grill in front of me, and I said, hey, I'm a vegetarian. I can't do this. Sorry, I'm a vegetarian. And then they like fire me, but it's like, whoa, hello? I was just trying to cook the steak. Yeah, sure, I'm a vegetarian. I can't cook the steak, but I was just trying to cook it. That's it. Like that. It would be like if I, like, again, was like an auto repair mechanic or something. Never driven a car. I know nothing about cars. Someone plops the car engine in front of me and says, fix this shit. I'm like, all right, I'll fix it. And then I tell them, like, and then like 6 hours go by. They ask, hey, did you fix it? And I'm like, nope, I don't know how to, I've never trained. I don't know how to drive a car. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I thought I gave you this engine because I thought you were going to fix it. No, because law enforcement is not actually law enforcement. They don't enforce laws. They enforce whatever power fantasy they choose to do so at the time. There is no law enforcement. How can law enforcement arrest people illegally? That doesn't make any sense. How can law enforcement kill people? They're not enforcing anything. They're enforcing their own stupid ass fucking small dick fucking power fantasies, and it's embarrassing. And again, like the idea that, like, I know, like the idea that you can charge anyone with anything and then you have to like have them prove themselves innocent, I think is ridiculous. It's just so dumb. And cops obviously need to check their fucking shit because this shit is out of control. I played bass for small dick power fantasies. I love bass. Folks, look at that dog. You seeing that shit? There's a dog right behind me. Check that out. It's crazy stuff. Alright, let me look through some stories, see if I find anything interesting. Alright, folks, you ready for this shit? What up? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Content sourcing live. That's correct. Bix the cat coming in. Glitch complicates release of California prison firefighters. A glitch? A glitch? You want me to believe that? Okay. All right. Let's read. Let's see if I can believe that this is a glitch. California prison officials created new good conduct credits in May, designed to speed up the releases of more than 76,000 inmates. But one segment of the prison inmate population, inmate firefighters, are seeing the length of their sentences increased, at least on paper. Inmate advocates and family members say, "We've been receiving lots of complaints from people whose loved ones had their release dates lengthened by significant periods of time, sometimes months, if not a year or more," said Don Spector, executive director of the Berkeley-based prison law office that advocates for inmates. But the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation says the issue is a misunderstanding. Changes in the system used to calculate projected release dates providing misleading information that is now being addressed. On the release date issue, the department recently transitioned to a new credit calculation system. CDCR spokeswoman, blah, 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 who cares? Blah, 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 blah. The issue has led to confusion about projected release dates for inmates, with the wife of one California inmate firefighter speculating it was partly an effort by the state to retain as many firefighters as possible for what is expected to be a horrific wildfire year. By the way, they get paid like $2 a day. $2 a day. What? I think it's happening because they want to keep the firefighters there a little bit longer, said Tanisha Moore, whose husband, Danelle Marin, is housed at the Holton Conservation Camp 16 in Slimar, and has been told in April that his projected release date was July 23rd. As of May 1st, he had only 84 days left, she said, adding that she spent her savings to rent an apartment in San Diego preparing for his return, and scheduled time off from her 2 jobs to spend time with him once he released. From her 2 jobs, by the way. Like, think about that, okay? So we've got a couple. One of them goes to jail. Who knows why they're in jail? And then, as a result, the other person has to work 2 jobs just to stay afloat. What the fuck? But after California prison officials adopted the new emergency rules effective May 1st, Marin was told his projected release date had been changed to April 2022 or later to September 2022. On Friday, CDCR's inmate locator website still listed September 2022 as his projected release date, but Moore said she had heard from a corrections official Friday morning after the Bee asked, blah, blah, blah. They're saying that they're fixing them, and they're saying that they're not going to hold these people. I don't really care to read the rest of this. If you want to, I don't care about their propaganda. If they do release them on time, then okay, good. If they don't release them on time, we've got problems. And so I just want to let you all know, again, this was slavery. The 13th Amendment never abolished slavery. All it did was say slavery is abolished, but ... asterisk, and the asterisk is for prison labor, right? getting paid a $2 or maybe $3 for working 16-hour days fighting fires, I'm sorry, that's slavery. There is nothing else other than slavery there. Also, extending people's prison times for being firefighters is ridiculous. We'll see if they get away with it. This, to me, seems like something they tried to do. And then once they got caught, of course, they're going to say, oh, whoops, our bad. But let's look through the fucking quantum lens and check out the alternate universe where they didn't get caught. Let's see. Would they have still kept this guy in prison on July 24th, 25th? My guess is probably. Again, when they get caught, of course they're going to try to use damage control. That's their job. That's their role. They're going to make themselves look good. All right, and I don't give a shit about what they have to say. What really matters is that they tried to do this in the first place. And it also really matters that they pay slave wages to prisoners to do things that also, also, what the hell is with volunteer firefighters and like, how come law enforcement gets fucking so much money? Police get so much money and firefighters don't. What? What? Firefighters actually do work. What the fuck is a volunteer firefighter? Are you joking? Is that a joke? What the fuck? Like, this whole society is just ridiculous. This whole society is ridiculous. Lord have mercy. And then again, of course, as Susan in the chat points out, okay, you fight fires in prison for 3 years. You get out and you're thinking, well, I learned how to fight fires. Maybe I'll go, sorry, can't do it. You're not allowed to be a firefighter if you're a convict. Can't do it. Sorry. You can only fight fires in jail. If you want to fight fires, you got to go to jail first. What? 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 The fuck? I don't even know. All right, folks. You ready? Firefighter save lives. Your hothead cops take them. Note, said hothead cops. No, just cops. You don't have to specify bad cops because all cops are bad. Here's the thing. If a firefighter's a chud, alright, they're still performing a valuable service. Just like if my garbage collector's a chud, or if the guy working to fill potholes is a chud, they're at least still doing something positive for the community. If a cop is a chud, they just kill people. And they fuck with people. And they send people to court and waste their fucking time and days and life and energy. Right? So I personally don't, as long as they fucking fight the goddamn fires, I'm fine with that. Alright, folks. Yesterday, in the city of Elizabeth City, in the county of Pasquotank County, was day 86 of protesting over the police assassination of Andrew Brown Jr. And we did a short demonstration walking, and then we did a short car demonstration through some county neighborhoods. And so I'd like to start off by showing that I took a selfie of myself. Look at the sun. Look at the rays from the sun and how they affect my beautiful and accent my beautiful face. Look at that. I'm blocking the sun. I'm even more beautiful. And then boom, the sun's there. Look at that. And so that's pretty cool. And then let me get this video here. So we got a video. It exists. Alright. So this video exists. I'm loading it up. So I was handed the megaphone yesterday. And as I was handed the megaphone, I didn't get great footage. But here I am walking out of the bus. I've got my megaphone in hand, and we're setting up, and we're ready to go. So I'm screaming I'm hollering and I'm making noise. And so we did a very short demonstration around the block. And then hopped in the cars and then did the typical thing. I've been very much so enjoying the kind of haphazardness of the protesting. It reminds me a lot of the first couple weeks of protests. We haven't been filing any permits. We haven't really been doing that. We've been kind of doing whatever we want. And it's super, super duper interesting. And I like, again, like, the cops in Elizabeth City right now were very, very combative. But now that the ACLU and, you know, other big organizations are getting involved, now, all of a sudden, the cops are just kind of letting us walk around without permits. And it's pretty fantastic. Like, they know that the heat is on. There's a $30 million lawsuit against the Sheriff's Department of Pasquotank County. The Elizabeth City Police Department doesn't want any part of it. They don't want to get fucked. They don't want to get a $30 million lawsuit. So they're just kind of letting us do what we want, and that's pretty great. Fuck them. So what we did here, again, sorry for my bad camera work. I was also holding the megaphone at the same time. So what we did here was we also went into Road Street, which is one of the major roads, and we occupied some traffic. And we basically, I don't know where we go. I have no idea where we are. All I do is I scream out the fucking window. That's all I do. That's great. And again, we hit a bunch of county neighborhoods. And again, we, like, for the most part, we get nothing from support when we go out into the county. We get a lot of people that angrily drive because we disrupt traffic. We do get some middle fingers. But, like, for the most part, when people interact with us, it's positive. It's fantastic. And, again, I've been really enjoying the protesting. Even though I was the only one chanting, I was, you know, it was okay. Yesterday, I went to the protest, like, while I was extremely high. Like, I was blasted out of my mind. I was like a 7 or 8 out of 10 on the high scale. And I thought I did a pretty decent job, all things considered. I drank a stevia root beer that was provided to me while I was at the protest. It was pretty decent. And that was it. I mean, it was, again, day 86. Today will be day 87. Soon, we will have day 100. So check that out. That's in almost 2 weeks or so. 2 weeks-ish. That's my fingernail, as you can see right there. No good, folks. But again, we had a good time. At least I had a good time. And, we made some noise. Oh, there was a sheriff car that we saw here. Hold up, where was it? Those are my legs. As you can see, I have legs. Yeah, there was this car that was, this house that had a sheriff vehicle outside of it, but I don't know where it was. But all I know is that those are my legs. Anyway, so yeah, that was day 86. Again, I don't really know how to distinguish. I don't, like, it's difficult to give commentary on the same thing over and over and over again. But I try my best. And again, it's all about the positive energy. We're holding this shit down. It's a small town. And we're doing our best. And we're making progress. We're making palpable progress. Right? And that's super duper important. And again, the coverage is super duper important. And if you wanted to go see what happened on day 43, go check out day 43's video. If you want to go see what happened on day 68, go check out day 68's video. If you want to go see what happened on day 7, go check out day 7's video. I've been here since day 1. I've been covering the entire thing. And so even though it is kind of hard to make each video and each protest day sound unique and interesting, again, it's all part of a larger and broader message. And that's what is really important here. So, again, I'm proud of everyone in Elizabeth City and Pasquotank County and neighboring cities and counties that have been coming to protest with us. And I think it's a great thing that's happening. And I just can't wait to see what's going to be happening. Can't wait to see how this ends. If it ends. Question mark. ... But yeah, there you go. or is this a legal administration?
Officer James Foster with my federal base ID number SSA 69910.
Okay. So what's up?
Did you receive any voicemail over the phone call?
Nope.
Right. Well, can you help me verify your first and last name so that I can give you more information regarding this phone call?
What do you need to verify?
Your first and last name.
My first name is Marsha. And my last name is Picker. Ah, fuck. They hung up. Damn. It's not often you get a human on these things, yo. Come on. Okay, so they called me saying that I was being sued by the federal government. And so I pressed the button, and then it's the Social Security Administration? What? I'm sorry. Anyway. Let's see, where was I? I was not in the middle of a segment, so we're good. Let me check my phone. Do I have any texts? Every time I get these calls, I try to get a human. Zero, I'm a piece of garbage. I'm sorry. Yeah, Sam Cedar does it better. Sometimes. Most of the time, that's usually how it goes. We gotta get on that. No, 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 no. Yo, look at my hair. Holy shit. Because I moved my headset for the sake of that, rewind just to go see my hair, because now it's back to normal. But my hair was fucked up. Alright, look at the news. I'm just looking through Google News for something interesting to talk about. Andrea once did a fake phone call on air that had me in stitches. What was it? I barely remember anything that happens in my life, so let me know. What did I do? Uh-oh. Let's see how this goes. Uh-oh. Remade Posthuman. $10 super chat. Should have done this a long time ago. Thanks for your actual activism. Everybody needs to get more involved and not think politics is arguing on Twitter or Discord. You do the work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I have no idea. It was a while ago, but the acting was top notch. God damn it. It was so funny you don't even remember. All you remember is that it was funny. What a world. Thank you so much, Remade Posthuman. Alright, folks. Schumer. Marijuana legalization will be a Senate priority. Let's go. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Thursday announced on the floor that he will be using his clout to make legislation ending the federal prohibition on marijuana a top priority. Marijuana is currently listed as a Schedule I drug, banned drug under the Controlled Substances Act. An estimated 40,000 Americans are in jail because of cannabis-related offenses. Only 40,000? No. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. Schumer on Thursday said that he will throw his political weight behind legalizing marijuana, which was declared illegal on a nationwide basis in 1937. I'm the first majority leader to say it's time to end the federal prohibition on marijuana, blah, blah, blah. Schumer doubled down on remarks a day earlier, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, where are you going to do this? Are you going to end the filibuster? And I, Chuck Schumer, will end the filibuster. Or no, I don't see it. All right, let me control F. Let me control F. Filibuster. Nothing. About Buster. About, let's see. Biden? No. Okay. So Chuck Schumer is going to legalize marijuana and not talk about the filibuster, not talk about Joe Biden. All right. This is garbage thrown in the dumpster. Who cares? Anyway, folks, again, I need you to understand that marijuana and other such substances are only illegal because they wanted to target, they being the federal government, wanted to target black people specifically. They wanted to target anti-government, anti-war activists, and then also send them to jail, make them a felon, and strip their right to vote. That is why these drugs are illegal. There is no other reason. Tobacco and alcohol and caffeine should also be illegal by these same standards. They all severely change the way that your body functions and can cause a lot of negative health effects. Marijuana is significantly safer to intake than caffeine, tobacco, or alcohol, and yet those substances are not really regulated at all, right? Like, tobacco is like, they made it 21 for the smoking age now, but seriously, still, this shit is fucking ridiculous. You can go to 7-Eleven as a 12-year-old and buy a fucking Bang energy drink that has 300 milligrams of caffeine. If you drink 2 of those as a 12-year-old, you might die, motherfucker. Right, are they gonna ban caffeine? No! You wanna know why? Because it gives people too much money and people like their coffee. Oh, but what about weed? You can't like your weed in the morning? It's impossible because this country fucking sucks dick in hell. And everyone else around the world that banned marijuana when the USA did, they're a bunch of little fucking pussy bitches. These countries that have marijuana illegal are garbage. They're shit on my shoes. And until they actually do something or lay out a plan to actually decriminalize these things, I don't give a fuck. Joe Biden campaigned on this shit and then just said psych nah a couple months ago. Fuck him. Fuck Kamala. Fuck Chuck Schumer. Fuck all these losers. Until I see a concentrated plan, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, folks, that's gonna be the show for today. Look at me, I'm making funny faces. Anyway, that's gonna be the show for today. I appreciate everyone for watching. If anyone has any comments, questions, or concerns, let me know. That's it. Now's the time to get out those comments, questions, and concerns, if there happen to be any. And if there's not, then that's cool too. But if there are, let me know now, or forever hold your peace, or at least until tomorrow, where you'll have another opportunity to ask me any comments, questions, or concerns. My fingers are sticky. Concern? That's pretty bad. Good Mega Man X2 speedrun yesterday. No, that was not good. New PB, my personal best is 39 minutes and 20 seconds from 2017. If you think the pacing of X2 is better than X1, then can you please explain Wheelgator? I don't need to explain Wheelgator. You can just beat the guy without them doing anything if you're good at the game, and that's what I aspire to be. Is Sunday Run Day coming back? Probably not anytime soon, folks. By the way, yes, contribute to the Milagro Kickstarter. I gave an unknown amount of currency to the Kickstarter. Reminder, if you give money to the Kickstarter, Matt Strackbean will draw up like at least 17 pictures of me and then send them to me in the mail. That is factual, and that's going to happen. You're contractually obligated, so definitely go contribute to that Kickstarter. Yeah, I don't have time for Majority Report these days. One of these days, I'm going to sit down and watch every show from April 21st up until now on 2X. But until then, I'm out of the loop. Did I miss anything? Max the dog. He's a naked dog right now. Look how naked he is. Look at this dog. He has no clothes on. Alright, folks. Y'all have a good fucking one. Or don't. That's your decision. Whatever you want.
You know, I eat extra sharp, eat extra sharp, I eat extra sharp, I eat extra sharp, that's what I eat.
Felt pretty comfortable after day 2.
So notice something. I defended him on his bad joke because I have standards and I have principles.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go. But I try to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Tim Kaine in the brain!
And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's, this is on live television, and he's like, Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Unbelievable. You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what